KUGAN CASSIUS Rifle Team in association with MTK Global with Johnny Nelson. How are you, Johnny?
We got to fix something, haven't we?
Yeah.
People are just misunderstanding situations.
Yeah. So yesterday, let's just go over this again. I feel like we have to do this. That's why
I don't think we should.
No, but I feel like it was maybe left a little bit unclear because people were saying to me, KUGAN, you were saying that you didn't hear anything, and then suddenly you're saying to Johnny you did hear something. Well, I heard it in the video, and I'll be honest with you, when I heard it, if I'm being perfectly honest, my immediate response to that comment that you were referring to, it wasn't, oh, well, that's racist. That's why I didn't pick up on that.
Yeah.
And that's my opinion. I'm not, listen, some people could deter that to be, a racial tone to that.
Listen, let me tell you something.
I didn't take it that way.
You come in our gym in Winterbank, the one thing they teach you is to prepare for all these things. Because when you go to someone's backyard, you will get abuse. You will get it. I'm not saying it's acceptable, but you've got to prepare for all these things. So when I'm hearing certain things, like the one thing I heard was somebody shout, "You look like a lucky man." Now I'm not thinking, well, what they're trying to do is they're trying to upset people. They're trying to get him mad. They're trying to get him mad. And that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to back the boy up. The stuff David said that was said to him, I didn't hear that because David over the far side. The one thing I heard was lucky man. I think was.
Towards O'Hara Davis?
Yeah, towards O'Hara Davis.
Yes.
The stuff to David, I know David was getting shit the other side. I don't know what was said to David, but I know he was upset about something. But I didn't hear anything that was said to David, but I know he was getting crap the other side. So that's why I thought, you've got to understand. No, I did hear something that was said to David. They started talking about his son, talking about his marriage. And that's why when David kicked off back, I thought, you know what? You're kind of going over the line. You're kind of going over the line because this is personal business. This isn't fight business. So that's why I thought, I can see why David's screwing. Then afterwards, when he said other things were said as well, I thought, oh, I didn't hear that. But you know what? I still understand you saying one or two politically incorrect things, but we all say things when we're angry, upset. But when you, as a fighter, if you go in anybody's backyard, expect abuse. If you've got ginger hair, if you're black, if you're white, would expect the abuse because they're trying to get to you. So if people saying, they're a pack of race and stuff like that, don't talk shit. Come in my gym in Winterbank. Come in Brendan's gym in Winterbank. It's the most multicultural gym you will ever walk in. And everybody gets it because you've got to prepare for this game. This theatre, this pantomime of when you're going back boxing in someone's backyard. I'm not saying it's acceptable, but what I'm saying is, as a fighter, you're ready for this kind of stuff. And either if it breaks you, they've got you already. So Tony Bellew or Derry Mathews don't have to do nothing because their fans will break you, intimidate you. It's fight or flight. Walking in Winterbank gym. So that's why, to me, when they shouted that to O'Hara Davis, I thought, ooh, damn, can he deal with this?
Okay.
To me, it wasn't. I brushed it off. I thought, you just got your man beaten. That's what I thought. I didn't think you racist. I just thought you just got your man beaten.
Let me just ask you, when you first heard that, did you immediately think that's racist?
No.
Right.
So as a black man saying it, I'm saying no. I didn't. I thought, oh damn, I thought we're going there because I thought.
Because I didn't. When I heard it off the back of the video,
you chuckled. You chuckled.
No,
I chuckled. I thought, damn, you're going there.
I laughed at everything that day. There wasn't really many things that were said. I suppose the only one thing when O'Hara called everyone £7 an hour bunch of things, I thought,
see, that's so what O'Hara did was he was trying to find something to upset everybody else. What I'm saying is, don't people tell me that I'm all of a sudden the sky's what's the word now? I can't remember the word. I can't remember the word.
Talking? Is that racist?
I can't remember. But basically they're saying I'm Sky's yes man. Sky's own black yes man. You know what? Fuck you. Don't be telling me that's bullshit, man. No, I know what racism is because I've dealt with it at its worst. So don't be telling me that's racism. You come to me and I'll tell you some stories about racism. Someone's saying that, bollocks. So when I'm seeing these things, I'm smiling, I'm thinking, all right then, you don't know nothing, I'll smile. You can't tell me none of that business because I know what racism is. And that wasn't what they were trying to do, is get to their man. David and O'Hara gave it back to him. And I understand the situation, but don't tell me that man there. Yeah, listen, there might be 1 or 2 people that aren't too sweet on black people that were there. You know what? When I heard that, I didn't think, oh, I'm frightened for my life here because someone just said, he looks like a lucky man. I thought, you're just trying to upset the boy. I understand where you're coming from, because he's in your backyard. Tony Bellew, what is Tony Bellew? He's mixed race.
Mixed race. A lot of people don't know that.
They were his supporters.
Yeah,
they were his supporters. So tell me, what's that mean? So his own supporters, all of a sudden, they're racist. He's mixed race. So he's half black and half white if you don't understand what mixed race is. Fix up. Don't be so politically correct and fuck things up. You lot talking shit. You people that are trying to beat me, beat anybody else that all of a sudden says, yo, you're taking this too far, you're talking shit.
Fair play to O'Hara-Davies. When he was asked whether he thought
him.
that whether there was a race, he said no.
See that?
About that racial element.
I rated how O'Hara-Davies dealt with it when he was on stage. I rated him because I thought, you gotta let these people break you. You know, we were taught that in the gym from being kids how to deal with this situation. Those people that are saying this is racist, I bet most of them are white people. You know, because I'm thinking, you don't know what racism is.
Johnny, when I first asked you this question yesterday, your first response was, I said, my words to you were, David has said that there was a racial element to the chanting, and then you said yes. Now, that's what's been picked up on, but you went on to clarify that what you're talking about, that one comment could be, because I didn't take it personally as racist. You didn't immediately take it, but I can understand why some people may would.
Shall I tell you who was more offended? Yeah. Paul Smith, who's white, was stood in front of me. When he was saying, he went, ooh, and I thought, what's wrong with you? So me as a black man, I'm thinking, didn't think it was racist. You as a black man didn't think it was racist. So those people that don't know how to handle talking like this.
Technically, I'm not a black man.
All right, then.
Technically.
Technically, you know what? In a bunch of white people, you're black, right? So what I'm saying is
that's worse than calling someone a looky, man.
But what I'm saying is, what people are doing is they're blowing this thing out of proportion. They're blowing this situation out of proportion. They're looking for something to fight on. They're looking for something to pick on. Don't talk garbage to me. You come in my gym, you'll understand. When I'm reading these things on Twitter and I'm thinking, come on, you know, you're trying to cause something out of nothing here. Come on.
Listen, you ain't going to stand for racism. I'm not going to stand for racism. Yeah. You won't know this is a member of the Black Panther Party back in the day. Old man Laurie here. He wouldn't stand for racism, but the world's gone PC mad with this stuff. PC mad.
And that's why the word's so messed up.
Laurie.
That's why the word's so messed up.
You know
I know who he is.
You know Laurie. Laurie.
I think it's borderline racism.
You think it
really?
is?
Yeah, I respectfully disagree with John.
Okay, fair enough. Tell us why.
I think it's borderline because, as I said to you earlier, if I'm in a company with a bunch of Asian guys or Irish guys and they use certain terms, I don't think you should do. If you're respectful of that race, you should not.
So all right. Then. So as I said before, Tony Bellews mixed race. These were his fans. His fans supporting him. And you're telling me it's borderline racism. Explain to me.
No, because you can't really use that analogy. You know why? Because you could go and watch Millwall, for example. They've got a reputation for racism. You look at their team, right? And they've got 4 or 5 black men playing for them. That's how this thing goes. I'm an Arsenal season ticket holder, and I've personally had an altercation with a guy next to me that called Adebayor a black blah blah blah, and I catch up with him. I dealt with a guy for that, and it's an Arsenal guy that I've sat next to for a while.
So you're talking about a team. I'm talking about an individual. So they were there to support an individual, Tony Bellew. So you're telling me if you was a racist, and all of a sudden, all right, you didn't like white people, are you going to support a white man?
No,
so
but
they were there to support.
I'm not saying it's like outrageous racism. What I'm saying to KUGAN is, I weren't there. Obviously, you guys were, so I'm not going to try and second guess that. But what I'm saying is that I can understand why somebody would perceive that to be slightly racist.
I'd agree with that. I can understand why someone would. Just because we don't take it as direct racism, I can understand why some people would.
I'm telling on a scale of 1 to 10, it's probably a 1. But a lot of the time with racism, it's how it's perceived, isn't it? So I could say something to KUGAN, he's my brethren, as an Asian, and he can say some things back to me.
But the thing
is, we're bantering. But if I said that to a next Asian guy, I say, no, man, I don't.
So, let's make the line clear, because the N-word is used by a black man to black man.
Exactly.
But if a white man uses it to a black man, all of a sudden we're offended.
Yeah, exactly. Well, look at
Angel Garcia, what he was saying.
To me, that's racism, because he's got no right to be using that term. He's telling people about, I grew up in Philly, I grew up amongst black people. So what? I grew up in London and in Luton. I've spent a lot of my formative years amongst enough Asian men. I don't use the P word with them, man. Now I don't say because I grew up in Luton,
But
that gives me the
but
right to say.
The problem is when they see black man and black man using that word on each other.
I agree with
They're
that.
thinking,
It
hold
makes
on.
it
So
more-
the thing is,
you're lessening
black men
it.
need to check
Yeah.
themselves to say, yo, you know what?
Absolutely
This
agree.
word relates to rape, pillage, death, and everything. So let's not use this. That's not a
Have
cool
you
word.
ever used that word?
Never.
Okay.
I don't deal
A
with
lot
it.
of men have done.
You know what I mean? But they shouldn't, because at the end of the day, how can we argue when someone else uses it who's not black? And it's this situation with Liverpool. I'm telling you, I know how this game works. And you go into someone's backyard, their job is to intimidate you, to
But it was
shout anything.
it was a bit of a beer pit atmosphere.
Yeah, it
What
was.
I would say, when you get an atmosphere like that, some man loses it.
Some
a little
fool
bit. 'Cause I've
is
seen
gonna
it with
say
football.
something
I've seen it in
else.
football. Exactly,
Yeah.
because that's what happened with me. At the football game, the guys were abusing Haye-Bellew because he come back to Arsenal playing for Tottenham. And he was getting enough stick. And then some man, you always get one idiot in it that says something you think, what?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's right, that's
Normally,
right.
you probably wouldn't say that, but they get carried away with
See that exactly.
And I
So
think that
Liverpool,
yeah.
there must have been 300-400 people in there. One idiot that I heard shouted out. They weren't all shouting and being, to me, you know, directly horrible and wrong. They weren't. So we had 1 or 2 idiots. And all of a sudden they're representing them 300 or 400
But to be
people.
fair to
out there.
David Haye, he kind of, I saw your interview with him, and he kind of downplayed it a little bit, didn't he?
Yeah.
He was saying, "Oh, just a couple of idiots." So I don't think he was
Just a
saying
couple of
per
idiots.
se.
That's what I'm saying. So what they're saying is they're generalising all the hundreds of people that were there. They're generalising, saying you know, there was a racist undertone. Don't talk shit to me. I was there. So I'm thinking, yo, whoever's trying to drum this up, whoever's trying to stir this up, you're talking shit. You're making a
I
situation.
must admit,
out-
when I heard about it, I thought to myself, when David said what he said, I thought I can understand that because, like I said, we've all been there. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And we've all. I used to box, and when I used to box, like back in the day at York Hall and places like that, I used to hear certain things. Doesn't mean that the whole crowd is racist, but you would have had it. I've read your
Enough
book
time.
about when
I
you
had
was
it
growing
enough
up.
time.
in
Yeah,
That's
but that's different because you was a terrible fighter. That's what they were focusing on.
But what I'm
Right.
saying, that's what I've heard it enough times. So when I'm reading these things on social media, I'm thinking, you know what? You don't know what racism is. You don't know what being racially abused is. You think that was racially abused? To me, I thought you guys are flying. You're just going down the wrong avenue. You know, when someone's
different
really
levels of
racially abused, you know, let's deal with it. But this situation here, if you'd heard the stuff that was shouted to David, and then when David gave it back to him, you know, you think, you know what, good on you. Good on it, because then it could have got worse. I didn't hear no N-word. I didn't. The only thing I heard was they shouted to O'Hara Davies, yo, you look like you're lucky man. And then, but most of them went, ooh, when he said it, and even Paul Smith
Because
around
some
it,
people
ooh,
would have realised that guy who said that,
was an idiot.
yeah, and was breaching the mark.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. So you may have 1 or 2 idiots that were there, but there in Liverpool, that wasn't the case. Remember, they were there to support a mixed race fight, as within Tony Bellew. So you look at them, you're thinking, well, you know, maybe we got it a little bit wrong. You know, so it's dealt with. You know, it's just a matter of opinion. I just think people are trying to blow something out of nothing here.
Do you know what that man is?
A badass, big ass piece of man.
No, but do you know what that is? You don't like football, do you?
I'm not into football.
Oh man,
What? What am I not for that? I'm not into football. I'm into fighting.
this guy's more famous than me on the YouTube.
Eh?
This guy's more famous than me on YouTube.
No, not more famous than him. I thought he'd be like a Sheffield Wednesday or Sheffield United.
Well, I live Sheffield Wednesday side of town, so in Sheffield you've got to be Sheffield Wednesday, Sheffield United.
Well,
otherwise-
United or Wednesday?
Eh?
United or Wednesday? Wednesday.
That
That's
side
right.
of town. But don't ask me about the
They
players.
might come up Wednesday. They might be coming out into the Premier League.
He doesn't know. He doesn't know, man.
I do.
This
Ask me
guy.
something about
This
football.
guy. You're talking about borderline racism. You're a borderline pundit,
Ask
right?
me about football then. Ask me something. I'll tell you all
Hey,
about
listen,
football.
They should be making films about this, man.
Yeah. The Johnny
Ask me
Nelson
something about
story.
football. Go on, ask me
No,
something.
because
Right.
innit?
Huh?
From when you consider where this man's come from to what he achieved, you don't get the credit you deserve for that. I've always said to Kugan.
You know what? I just think
don't.
I hear what you're saying. I just think, you know what, they probably don't look at these things until afterwards.
no.
To me, it's a story that motivates guys that haven't had the springboard of, I don't know, an Olympic
Yeah,
gold
come
medal
here. Come here.
or
Let's
or
just
something like that.
get him in it. We were just talking about this thing from Liverpool the other day, right? So
Was there a racist undertone? Did you think there was?
the only one comment we heard was just going back to what we were saying was whoever shouted "looky, looky man" at O'Hara, which I've just said This man here disagrees. He said it was borderline racist. I said I didn't take it first off as racist.
Bullshit. Yeah.
He's saying he didn't take it that way. What did you think? What do you think of that?
I don't think it was racist at all. Even Awara, for instance, I watched his interview with you last night, and he said he had no racist chance, and nothing towards him. He's never had a racist chant thrown at him in his boxing career. So,
Yeah, I think it's borderline because I think some people could perceive it that way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can understand that.
You got thicker skins, you think, sure. Some of them man say, well, I didn't really like what that man. You know, you get some man like that. You know, you just.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why what they're doing is they're building this thing up into. I have got thicker skin because I've been in worse situations, and so I think, you know what? Come on, man, you're making some out of it.
That's
because
why I said on a scale of 1 to 10.
That's why all of a sudden you're going to think all Liverpool people are like, this ain't the case. You got Liverpool. It's a cool place. It's all right. It's a cool place. So don't generalise for one or two idiots coming out with something else.
There, right? Back in the day, because I'm from London, a lot of black London people would look at a place like Liverpool and think, boy, that's a place where, you know what I mean?
They were.
That's how they used to
but
look
the
at
thing
it.
is, as a
Even
northerner,
Leeds
as a
as well.
black man from
Leeds is
northerner,
like
from up north, I used to think in London, if you go to somewhere like West Ham, black people don't go West Ham. I don't know what was London. That's what I thought. So that was my.
It was true.
What was it?
That was actually true back in the day.
So that's how.
Yeah, that was true.
So it's just how you perceive certain situations. So I just think with this situation with Liverpool, let's not generalise over one guy's stupid comment that was trying to wind up O'Hara Davis, another guy trying to wind up David Haye. That was the game. They're trying to wind him up to get him mad to say you are in a pit here. You're in Liverpool. We're supporting our boys. You know, Tony Bellew, Derry Mathews, those boys there. You know. Everybody just had a chuckle that was going on. We thought, Ross, it was like pantomime. It was pantomime, and that's it. Let it go. Let it go.
What did you think, Robbie? I didn't ask you.
No, Liverpool as a town are definitely not racist. I go out there a lot for the football. Everton to Liverpool games, and you know what? Their fans are always very friendly. So no. Definitely not a racist city, man. I love Liverpool. So no. Like I said, they're just trying to wind them up. So and as well, like you said, if you're one idiot, you can't taint a whole place with that. You know, so no, I'm good. I'm good with Liverpool, man.
You might be
Just
saying
wanna
you
beat 'em
love
on
them.
Saturday.
Yeah, we want to beat them Saturday.
Just want to beat it on Saturday.
You're going to get to watch it. All right, listen, Arsenal Fan TV. You tell them you was a Black Panther back in the day.
Yeah, look at the man. I'm going to get enough stick on Twitter now or
I'm
whatever for
joking.
that.
Come on, that's banter between
No, but
friends.
I mean, what I was saying it is right though. Some man I know, if you
Yeah, I
say
understand that.
they
Some
might
people
be
that
in it.
would take that looky man
Because I had to ask him
comment.
what that
Do
meant.
you know what I
I had to ask him what it meant.
Do you know? I remember a guy said one time to me, right? He goes, with racism, you know, the word nigger and things like that. People always say, right? And I remember this guy saying that a word that's offensive is any time you use that word, right? Because you know that it's going to offend somebody, then that's racist. So when I don't like when two black people use the word nigger, but sometimes when you see two black people and they're nigger, right? They're not using that to offend. But if somebody uses that word and their intention is to cause, you know, they want to hurt you by saying that word, then they shouldn't use it. It's offensive, simple as that. So it depended how that guy, and he was using that to be offensive. So yes, he was being racist. But that's one guy.
We grew up with a lot of different races, right? And a lot of Irish guys, okay? And I've heard Irish guys calling each other paddy now,
Yeah.
right? So, but that's not gonna make it all right for me
You
go up to an
hear-
Irish guy and
exactly.
call him an effing paddy and then say,
Exactly.
yeah, but you lot use that
Exactly.
term.
The thing is,
no,
right?
you can't do that.
I've got like Asian mates, right? And they'll say
They use the P
they
word,
use the
don't
P word to each other. There's no way I'd use that word to talk into them, because for me that's not my place to use that word. I'll be
It's
offensive.
Respect, isn't it?
Yeah.
You
nah.
respect them, so you don't.
Yeah.
What about that one time you called me that? That's a joke. That's a joke. We've got to put it out to them, you
No, I
two
wouldn't
people.
use that term.
Nah,
Never use
listen.
that, man. Never use
I
that.
tried
I think you know that's completely out of order. If somebody
We'd say
so
cha-cha.
Right, let's not get into this. All right, listen, thank you very much. It was a good video.
man.
Cheers, man.